Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. That is Jules on the board.
Hello.
216-859-8699 is the number to text in. That's 216-859-8699. And if you want to text or call during the show, of course, live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern right here on WSRR Radio. Or if you're listening in podcast form, the Rebel Hotline stays open 24/7, 365, and works for all of our shows. That includes Off Air and The Pigeonhole and Beyond Bounds. And hell, we'll even forward it on for the Sports Avenue podcast if you're listening to all 50 episodes at WSRRradio.com. There's a lot of R's in all of these sentences.
You did it.
Shut up. There's also a lot of headphones that keep going. It's only mine every week that go out, but it's fine. $400 fucking headphones. Google AI has been dropping the ball severely.
Well, I mean, did we expect it to do well?
So, okay, like ChatGPT and all these other AIs pull from everything on the internet, but I would assume they have a decent filter put in place, because at least, like, who makes ChatGPT? OpenAI?
Yeah.
Because OpenAI at least goes in from what we know and tries to filter out what does and what doesn't get past it and what it can and can't do in terms of giving you information. Google doesn't look like it does that. So, I mean, I guess it works the same as Google does, because if you really want to look through the first 2 pages of Google, I'm sure it'll pull up Reddit answers. But it seems like Reddit answers are a lot of what the recommended first result is on Google.
Yeah, I've noticed that Reddit has become like one of the first things that pops up when you're asking Google how to something or what are the ingredients of this.
Yeah, so case in point, this lady asked Google how to make the cheese stick to her pizza better, and Google AI said to use glue. So the lady made a pizza with glue in it, and she documented the whole thing. She asked if she then researched if you could eat the glue because it's supposed to be non-toxic,
well, yeah,
like Elmer's glue, right?
It looked like she used like school glue.
Yeah,
like
it's just Elmer's glue.
Yeah.
And
used
then
1/8 of a cup.
that's a lot of glue.
That's too much glue to consume.
How much glue on pizza is too much glue?
We'll have to ask the FDA.
I don't think the FDA knows.
I think they have.
If it's
They
not,
have like a limit on how many bugs can be
well,
in food.
kids eat glue.
Yeah, so it has to have an FDA rating, right?
No,
That's
I'm
why
saying
it's
like kids eat
non-toxic.
glue, so it's fine to eat.
Yeah.
If as long as it's non-toxic, there's no problem eating it. You could eat a whole bottle, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It'd be tough. Did you eat glue as a kid?
I did not,
I
but I
doubt it.
sniffed the purple glue sticks.
So you're a drug addict.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I never ate glue. That seemed like a weird thing to do. Because I don't understand why kids ate glue either.
It doesn't have an appealing texture.
Well, it has no
doesn't have an appealing-
smell. It smells like chemical.
Yeah.
But if kids can eat Elmer's glue, it's non-toxic. So why can't you cook with it?
Because it's not a cooking ingredient.
I mean, I don't expect it to taste good, but you could use it to cook.
Don't understand the thought process, though, because it's not hardening in the oven, is it? Is it just getting gooier?
Well, it's gonna dry at some point.
Do you have to set your pizza out to dry?
Well, the heat would make it dry, right?
I thought the heat would make it melt.
We use a hairdryer to dry your hair.
Yeah, but
You could use a hairdryer to dry glue.
Melts the glue.
Well, the glue's already melted. You're not going from solid to liquid. You're going from liquid to solid.
But in the oven, wouldn't it stay liquid?
The whole pizza's liquid in the oven, except for the crust.
I don't know.
Your cheese melts in the oven, and that's liquid, and then you're supposed to let it cool. You don't take it right out of the oven and eat it, and you just got soup. And then it's tequila at that point, because it's just soup. But you can't like take the pizza directly out of the oven and eat it anyway because it's all molten liquid at that point. The sauce, the cheese, all of it is. So it doesn't
Fair.
matter if there's glue on it or not. So in the time it takes your pizza to cool, your glue hardens on the pizza.
And then your cheese sticks better.
Regardless, she made the fucking pizza with glue in it. She added glue to the sauce.
And then she ate it.
I'll give you the exact fucking quote from the Google AI, by the way. Cheese can slide off pizza for a number of reasons, including too much sauce, too much cheese, or a thickened sauce. Here are some things you could try. You can also add about 1/8 a cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more tackiness.
That's
That
crazy.
is what that is what AI, Google AI, said to do to get the cheese to stick better on the pizza. So this lady went ahead and bought non-toxic glue, and she made herself an entire pizza and put 1/8 a cup of glue in it. And said that at the end of the day, it didn't taste very good. But she doesn't know if that's the ingredients she bought or the glue. However, the cheese did not fall off. There's also a finished product to this pizza, and it kind of looks like she burnt the shit out of it.
Yeah, she definitely burnt it.
But it doesn't look appealing at all. And
I can't get behind this. Why?
It's
Obviously, Google gave her a couple of different options. Why was this the one that she chose to do?
because she wanted to test the theory.
But like,
Because
that's
in theory it
wasting
should work,
food.
though. Because you can eat it. You can eat glue.
I don't like it.
You
I don't
can
like it.
eat. They make edible Play-Doh now, don't they?
I think so. Yeah.
Glue is edible by design, as long as it's non-toxic. Anything that's non-toxic. We have red dye. Was it red dye 30? It's called in everything,
I think.
and that's
so.
like banned in every other country. So like, I would bet that eating glue is probably safer than eating Skittles. That's probably right.
I don't know enough to argue that.
I think eating glue is probably safer than eating Skittles. 216-859-8699. People are allergic to red dye 40?
I think it's 40.
People are, I mean, there's a bunch of them. People are allergic to red dye in food. I have never met anyone allergic to glue. There
Yeah,
probably is,
I
because it's
guess.
polyvinyl acetate. But there's probably people allergic to glue. But fuck you if you're allergic to glue, then don't put it in your pizza. You probably have a gluten allergy too, bitch. 216-859-8699 if you want to text in.
Whoever's allergic to the glue, are you gonna have to start labeling that your pizza's made with glue?
I wonder, like, okay, so fast food commercials, when they make, like, the videos of people biting into the burger and shit,
Yeah.
that's all done with glue and nails and tacks and stuff.
Like oil and.
And they give you a specific area to bite. Like, so if it's a commercial showing a burger, they usually have, like, stakes in the burger and glue and staples and all this stuff to make it look nice. And they have, like, a specific designated bite area that you have to bite out of, or else you're going to get a mouthful of staples. That being said, I wonder how many places, like, want their food to look nicer and use a little bit of glue.
I mean,
I don't think it's unheard of. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world either.
I think we need to check with the FDA.
It makes me want to try it. I'm not going to lie. I know it's going to be bad, but I want to know how bad. Like, is it going to taste like glue?
You want to try glue
A
pizza?
little bit? I want to know if it's going to taste more like pizza or more like glue, because this lady said that it didn't taste great, but she also bought very cheap ingredients.
So buy really good pizza ingredients.
Right.
Do you buy really good glue?
You have to buy non-toxic glue. It's
no,
never
I mean
good
like
glue.
the good brand.
Wait, like
non-toxic glue.
blueberry? No. You buy fucking Elmer's glue. We're not sponsored by Elmer's, but
But
we'd
we'd
like
like
to
to
be.
be.
I don't think we will be after the segment. But Elmer's, 216-859-8699. Elmer, if you want to text in. That's also a name people aren't named anymore. I
Yeah.
think the glue kind of ruined that. But no, I mean, I'd eat it. I'd try it.
Okay.
I'd try it.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Are you going to make glue pizza?
I could.
I'll try it. No, because I don't trust you to measure the amount of glue. You'd put like half a quart of
No.
glue in there.
I'm going to put 1/8 of a cup of glue.
I don't know if you know how to measure 1/8 of a cup.
I'm pretty sure we have measuring cups.
I don't think you know how to measure 1/8. But that's not a lot, probably, right? For like a full, that's a decent sized pizza. It's like a
There-
normal small pizza.
There's a picture of how much glue she put in there.
Yeah, it's 1/8 of a cup. But it's like a normal small sized pizza. Like it's a little bigger than a personal pan pizza.
Did
So
she
like an
mix it-
eighth of glue, and that's not a terrible amount.
She mixed it with the sauce, right? So she
Yeah. It's like it goes crust,
crust.
sauce, glue.
Okay.
You know how you make a pizza.
Crust sauce, put the glue in the sauce, then the cheese on top.
Well, the glue was like mixed in with this. It was like sauce, glue, and then like spread around the diameter of the pizza, and then
Oh.
cheese. And I don't know if she put anything else in. I think it was just cheese.
I don't know if I would feel like I was cooking or making like an art project.
I feel like the cheese is where it gets thrown off. Like cheese and glue is where I feel like that's not a good combo.
Yeah, I'm just not.
Like if you hid glue in the sauce, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. But like the glue and the cheese, in my mind, it feels like there's gonna be a reaction there.
You know when you used to put like the Elmer's glue on your hand and like rub it and make it a
Nope.
really thin layer and
No.
peel it off?
Mm-mm.
That's all I can
No,
think of.
so when I used glue, it was to glue things together.
Okay, well,
That's what I used glue
us-
for.
normal people put it on our hands.
No.
made a really thin layer and then like peeled it off in little flakes.
I mean,
And like that's all I can think of is those crunchy little flakes, and I don't want my pizza to taste like glue.
it's mixed with the sauce. It's not just glue. If it was like crust glue, you'd have that issue. Which also, again, I'd like to point out, you could still probably eat because it's non-toxic.
But it's not.
Non-toxic means edible.
But non-toxic does not mean delicious.
No, but you could spice it up. Like cottage cheese by itself isn't good, but like you put some pepper in there, maybe some green onion. I'll eat that.
Some glue.
No, you take like some glue and put some like green onion in it. Maybe. We don't know yet. We haven't tried it.
Please
There's
don't
so many.
go
There's so
chopping up
much
green
potential. I'm just saying. It's a dumb idea to put glue from the AI. However, it's not the worst thing you could do. It's edible. It's not like it said cyanide. It didn't say super glue.
I guess.
It's Elmer's non-toxic. Kids eat it.
if it said like Gorilla Glue.
It could say fucking make crust out of Play-Doh and put glue on it, and it's still edible. You're not gonna die from it. In fact, in today's day and age, people are probably more likely to bitch about a normal pizza because it's got gluten in it than if you were to eat fucking Play-Doh and glue. If I told you I had Play-Doh and glue and it's a pizza and it didn't have gluten in it, people would pick it over a normal pizza. I would bet money. I would bet fucking money if my gluten-free pizza was just Play-Doh and glue and cheese. And I'm like, that's the gluten-free one. I guarantee you there'd be people that pick that over normal pizza.
For the meme.
Not for the meme, because people are fucking freaks about gluten-free shit. You have a little bellyache? Everyone has a little bellyache when they eat pizza. It's gross. It's gross, greasy food. It's not gluten. Grow up. Eat bread. Fucking glue Play-Doh eating ass. Anyway, Google AI has been saying a bunch of stupid shit. I know I ranted for a long time about eating glue. But Google AI is completely fucking broken because it is pulling mainly from Reddit for some reason. And like
Is it because of the SEO?
maybe, but so maybe it's not mainly from Reddit. But like more than it should probably. Like there's a good chunk of things that I've seen. There's people asking Google if Ren and Stimpy are in the Bible, and it has like a quote from some random dude's blog that says Ren and Stimpy were the children of Adam and Eve.
That's awesome.
There's a bunch of stupid like Google AI answers that I've seen, and the glue in the pizza is only one of them. Like it's a bad model. It's broken. It's broken. We've spent all this time building up to Google AI, and this is what we're getting out of it because it's just pulling from Reddit. Someone said Google AI told them they should eat at least one small rock a day. This one says running with scissors has health benefits because it's described as a cardio exercise that can increase your heart rate and requires concentration and focus. It's not wrong.
I guess, but dangerous.
Uh,
Is there a danger warning?
I don't know, probably not. According to an overview in 2018, a dog named Pospisil was drafted in the 4th round pick and went on to play 63 games for the Calgary Flames, scoring 8 goals. He spent the 23 and 24 season with the Flames. The article Google drew from this response: NHL to host the first Stanley Pup rescue dog competition. They say Batman's a cop. They say glue helps cheese stick to pizza. Oh yeah, use gasoline to cook spaghetti was a great one. Someone asked if using a gas stove to cook spaghetti will help it cook faster, and it said no, you cannot use gasoline to help cook spaghetti faster. However, you can use gasoline to make a spicy spaghetti recipe.
That's horrible.
See, now that's a bad answer.
Yeah.
You can't put gasoline in spaghetti.
It's
You
reminding
can put
me-
glue in pizza.
It's reminding me of literally like every My Strange Addiction episode. Like the guy who ate rocks, or there was some lady that ate glue.
There's a
somebody
guy who drank gasoline, yeah.
Like
Okay,
it's,
well, those people survived.
but they all went to the doctor on that show.
Did
and-
they?
Yeah, that was like a part of the show. They
I don't
took
fucking
them to the
remember that show.
doctor.
But they all survived.
I guess.
Like, a little bit of gasoline's not going to hurt you. I'd probably eat the glue pizza before the drinking gasoline spaghetti. 216-859-8699. Let me know if you use glue in your pizza recipe.
Your dad didn't leave for cigarettes. He's out in the car, listening to the Rebel Radio Show.
Of all the things we've talked about stealing on the show, apart from the bridge, Legos probably makes the most sense.
Honestly, I would steal Legos.
Because, like, they're fucking expensive. I'd steal Legos even if I weren't, like, reselling them. I'd steal them because they're expensive.
They're way too expensive. Even like the cheapest botanical one right now is the bonsai tree for like $40, and that's still up there, but that's the cheapest one they have.
Were Legos always this expensive, though?
I don't remember them being this expensive, but were they always this extreme?
What do you mean?
Like, has there always been like so many in-depth like Lego sets?
Yeah, I mean, I had the Slave One from Star Wars. I had a Star Destroyer as a kid.
And
Those
how
are
many
pretty-
pieces were those?
I don't know, 1,000 something.
Hmm.
They're pretty big sets. So I think Lego's been pretty large for a while in terms of like pieces.
Interesting.
I just don't know if they've always been this expensive. But a man who was 71 was arrested in Los Angeles for having almost 3,000 boxes of stolen Legos in his house.
He was probably just living off of that. I feel like he was reselling them. Because there's pictures, and it's just like storage of multiple of the same sets.
Yeah, so the individual boxes have a retail value ranging from $20 to well over $1,000, police say. Detectives started investigating the case after a retailer in San Pedro identified the man as a suspect who had allegedly robbed them several times last December. This guy's going to
71.
one place. You're getting robbed by a 71-year-old man multiple times. That's a you problem. If you can get robbed by a 71, and like these aren't little sets. He has like an R2-D2 model, several of them. He has several R2-D2, like pretty big fucking boxes. And this dude's robbing you several times over the course of months.
It looks like he has multiple rooms. I mean, it was how many boxes? 3,000?
3,000, just shy of 3,000, yeah.
He has multiple rooms full of these huge boxes. How does he steal from one place that many times? How do they not pick it up on their security?
Yeah, how do you not see a 71-year-old man taking multiple boxes of Legos? There's an X-Wing there. He's got some of the botanical sets, a bunch of Star Wars sets. Like, they're big fucking sets. Several months later, on June 4th, officers witnessed him stealing items from retailers in Torrance and Lakewood before dropping them off at his home. Detectives believe that he would sell the stolen goods online since several potential buyers showed up to his home while officers raided it.
That's hilarious.
So he was selling them. He wasn't even like on eBay doing it. He was like black market selling Legos. This got to be like Facebook Marketplace,
Has
right?
to be. Like,
So it's two guys. It's two guys. They booked the one guy on organized retail theft. So one guy would steal and one guy would sell them. He booked the one guy on organized retail theft, and the other was booked for grand theft.
they have a picture with all of the Lego sets in front of the front desk at the police station, and it is abundant.
I mean, there's Millennium Falcons there. There's
Look at those big boxes.
that's a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. How do you get away with that?
There's big yellow Lego, like, tubs.
If I'm in the neighborhood and I know that this store has been stolen from multiple times and I
Are you
see this
going
story, yeah, I'm going there. Because what are they going to do? I'm going to start stealing from this. If a 71-year-old man can steal giant model Lego sets, I can take, like, a candy bar and no one will notice. I could walk in there every day and take, like, a candy bar and an energy drink and no one would notice.
And, like, an army guy.
I don't need an army guy. I need a candy bar and an energy drink. Like, no one would... I could probably fucking walk out of the cart full of shit and just tell them I paid for it. A 71-year-old man over multiple months was taking Legos from this place.
bunch
Sets
of
at a
people.
time.
A bunch of people have stolen Lego sets just put together at their house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder how much he was selling them, like, how much of a discount they were getting online for these things.
They had to have had, like, a significant discount because the payoff was 100%. They were stealing them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what you sell them for at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And people, like, the demand for Lego is extreme. So people are going to pay that price, whatever you put it at, as long as it's less than what the actual retailer is selling them for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they could sell them for $20 a pop regardless, and they'd make their money. Do you think the police are going to try and track down the Lego sets?
I mean, I don't think so.
It's stolen
I
property.
feel like if there is
Can you
a
imagine
log
that?
on the computer, like saying who they sold it to, when, all this, and like they could track down each individual buyer, then that would be easier. But if it's just like gone in the wind, then why try?
Well, I mean, again, I'm assuming it's like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or something. So, like, there's got to be that exchange of, like, hey, I'd like to buy this Lego set for this amount of money. He's selling them out of his house. People were at the house buying Legos, and the guy got raided. Like, you think those people fucking faced any, like, backlash?
They probably didn't get their money back.
Well, I would assume the cops would show up, and these people were there to buy Legos. And the cops are asking him, you don't think it's a little suspicious this guy has a warehouse of Lego boxes he's selling super cheap? I feel like the people buying might have gotten some trouble too.
No, because they were
They're
unaware.
purchasing stolen goods. We did a story about a guy who stole a fucking display of chips at the gas station and ran out the door with it.
But the
And
guy,
some guy who found a bag on the ground got in trouble.
well, he picked up the bag off the ground in front of the convenience store. The buyers of these Lego sets are unaware that they were previously stolen.
I would definitely feel much more sketch driving to some dude's house to buy a Lego set for $20 and seeing he has a warehouse full of them behind him. I think that would be a lot more sketchy to me than going to the gas station and seeing like a full bag of Sun Chips on the ground and picking it up.
Dude's just into his hobby. Like,
He's not though. He's selling all of them and they're unopened
that's
and
what
they're
I
new.
would think. I would think this dude.
I would think this guy stole them.
There's people who do that
It's-
with the sneakers. They'll buy and sell sneakers just all the time.
I mean, I guess, but it's not like warehouses of sneakers.
Some
They'll
of them
buy
do.
like a couple pairs and turn them over and invest more into it.
I don't know, man.
I've never been to anyone's house to buy anything where it's like, yeah, I want to buy a pair of shoes, and I open this guy's garage and it's just wall to wall boxes of shoes. I'm not.
Set up like a
He's not
store.
Nike. Yeah. Like, that's not how this works. This guy had more than one room full of multiple Lego sets that were unopened that he was selling super cheap. If this were 30 years ago, these would be VCRs, and this guy would be, like, in federal prison because he was stealing stolen VCRs.
He probably.
It's just
could-
2024, and we do that with Legos now because that's where we've gone as a society. We don't steal VCRs and TVs anymore and sell them scratch serial numbers. We take Legos.
What I want to know is, do all of the packages that he got fit into like one semi truck? Is this one shipment of Lego?
Definitely not.
No.
Well, they did it over several months. I'm sure they just, like, grabbed 3 or 4 boxes at a time and threw them in his fucking sedan.
That's wild.
It's not like he moved them all at once. You'd think he'd do a better job hiding them, though.
Well, I mean, they're kind of big. Where would you put them?
Well, like, get a storage locker or something. Don't just keep them in your house.
I wonder if
He was putting a lot of stock into not getting caught by this.
they could also have had a storage locker. I wonder if the police looked into that. Maybe it overflowed and then they had to figure it out inside the home.
Like, I don't understand why it took this long to get this guy caught.
Yeah, if the store owner knew that this was the person.
Well, the store owner,
Saw him do it in December.
yeah, but he had months prior to him knowing that Legos were missing, and this guy keeps showing up in your store. Do you not have security cameras?
I mean, he probably does. That's probably why they were able to actually book him on
So why
Grand
couldn't they get
Theft.
him before?
They didn't know where he lived, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like the police should be able to do that pretty easy. Like,
I
that's
don't
a pretty
know.
easy
I'm not an
solution.
investigator.
I'm not either, and I feel like there's a pretty easy solution to fucking find this guy before he has 3,000 boxes of Legos. You probably could have caught him on the first or maybe the second time. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to look at security footage and go, oh yeah, that guy's walking out with 5 boxes of Legos he didn't pay for.
Do you think the Legos are given back to Lego?
Not to Lego.
Or to the store?
They're probably all seized.
They're
all evidence, yeah.
Now all the officers get fun little Christmas presents.
Well, I don't know how long people they seize belongings for, but I'm sure eventually at some point the store will have a chance to take them back.
I hope so, because that's like a lot of merchandise.
Are they pre-owned at that point? Can you not sell them as new Legos? Because if this was anything else, it'd be a bigger deal. Like if the guy stole a car and then the car got returned a year later, you wouldn't be able to sell that as a new car.
Yeah.
Like the guy stole a car. If it's a VCR, if it's a TV, you wouldn't be able to sell it as a new TV anymore because someone had this and had taken it and it was in someone's house. If it was anything else, I feel like you can't go back and sell as if nothing happened.
But are they sealed? It looks like a lot of them are in like boxes and kind of put all together. Like he didn't even open them.
I will say, I feel like, and I could be wrong about this, but this is my memory. I worked somewhere once where we'd get returns, and it would be a return not because the product was defective or anything, but because it was like the wrong product. So like a pair of headphones, right? Someone buys a pair of headphones and it's not compatible with what they thought it was, so they returned it. And the box is already open because they took out the headphones and tried them on. But like It could have been like an $80 pair of headphones, and now it's returned. So as long as the box is there and nothing's damaged on them, we just seal it back up and put the sticker back on. Act like nothing happened.
I mean,
That's a situation I've experienced, and we sold them as new.
yeah, if they were only tried on and like plugged in once,
But at the same
Figured out
time,
they
if I was
didn't
the
work.
customer, I'd be livid.
opening up an unsealed pack.
Yeah, yeah.
That you bought at a brand new price.
Yeah, if I open it up and I'm like, the cords are all fucked up inside and it's like not nicely wound and all of that, I'd know that something was tampered with.
That's fair. So they need to be at least a little discounted.
Because like you'd think, at the very least, these boxes probably got some dents and dings from being transported
Yeah,
quickly.
being stolen.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta move pretty quickly. Maybe you don't. The store owner didn't fucking notice anything was gone until
Maybe
months later.
71.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you got a good price on Legos.
WSRR.
Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show.
The gyros at Arby's are actually pretty good. Gyros.
Oh yeah,
what
no,
you
the
said.
gyros at Arby's are
They're
pretty
gyros,
good.
but yeah.
I hate that you call them fucking gyros.
They're gyros. They're gyros. It's a Greek word. Damn
I'm
it.
not Greek.
It's a Greek
I'm
word.
not
Damn it.
Greek.
Dude, get him to the Greek.
I'm not Greek. I don't go in the fucking.
Why do you call it Parmesan? It's Parmesan then for you, buddy.
No, it's not.
Parmigiano!
I'm not
It's
Greek.
called a fucking gyro.
I don't drive through Taco Bell and go, yeah, let me get pollo. I don't do that. I say
Ugh.
chicken because I'm not Mexican.
Yeah, Evan, I don't go through the drive-thru and say, I want spaghetti. I say, give me the noodles.
Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. We're nationally local. Your local bands played worldwide. And if there's a band that's local or independent that you think deserves to be on the air, 216-859-8699 is the number to call or text. Again, that's 216-859-8699. And if you're a little cold on this Monday evening, it's a little chilly out in the CLE, you can always go to stylesrebelradio.com or WSRRradio.com and check out the merch page and pick yourself up a hoodie like this one that I'm wearing right now. It's beige and it says Make the Switch and it's got the cool retro logo on it.
Is it toasty?
It's very warm and toasty and it's thick too. But there's a whole bunch of other ones you can get. There's ones that say WSRR Radio and a whole bunch of stuff. I don't remember what the other ones say. There's like 900 things on there now. I was gonna say Grandma's Nut, but we haven't had that one in a long time.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
But maybe if you want it back, we can have it. 216-859-8699. There's a Pabst Blue Ribbon knockoff one on there. Legally, it's not Pabst Blue Ribbon. Allegedly. There's that. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff on there. Go check it out. StylesRubRadio.com or WSRRradio.com. You can even wear it to Chipotle, and you can film yourself, and you can put it in the Discord server as well. Because people are going to Chipotle and filming themselves now. That's the new trend.
Which I have not seen, but apparently it's super trendy, and all the trendy kids are doing it.
So here's the interesting part about radio. We talked about this on off-air, but we haven't yet. It's not out yet. Probably won't be out for like 2 months. So by the time that off-air comes out, we have already covered this year. But it's apparently a new trend of people going to Chipotle and filming themselves ordering their bowls or their burritos. And if they don't get the portion that they expect, they're just walking out halfway through the process.
I agree. I mean, I've noticed recently that literally the last time I went to Chipotle, they put 3 little shreds of lettuce on there, and I was like, can I get a little bit more lettuce? Like,
yeah, no, it's a trend I completely agree with.
Yeah.
We should definitely be walking out. But it also came out that, like, I guess now it's a rule internally that if you're the Chipotle worker and you see someone filming, you're supposed to give a bigger portion size because they don't want the bad press. Like, that's this whole thing now, too. So now people are filming just because the rumor is that you can get a bigger portion size if you're filming it because they don't want, the bad reputation of small portion sizes.
I mean, I can completely see that. It makes sense, but it's stupid that you have to record to get the portion sizes that you should be getting in the first place. Why don't they just make it an internal rule to not give little-ass portion sizes?
There's a lot of different areas that I don't understand about the whole Chipotle portion size thing because if I'm the worker there, why do I care?
Yeah.
Like, why do they always do. They're always so stuck up about it. They'll give you the smallest portion and then they'll charge you double if you want more. Like, I don't care. You're not making commission per scoop. Just fucking load the bowl up, dude. It's not costing you anything. You're making the same amount no matter how much food you give me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the fucking pride that Chipotle workers have for some reason.
They don't want that food loss.
But why? You're telling me at the end of the night they don't throw their food away anyway?
Some don't. They could have carryover.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who's getting Chipotle early in the morning?
I don't
Exactly.
know.
So, like, it feels like they've got to be throwing their food out at the end of the night anyway.
I'd be willing to bet that some of them keep something.
Well, I mean, like, lettuce, sure. But, like, steak, chicken, they're not keeping that overnight. Because no one's going there at 10 a.m. They're going to have, 3 customers from 10 a.m. to what time do they open? Like 8?
Yeah, I think
From
so.
8 to 10, they'll have, 3 customers? You're telling me they're going to keep the rollover chicken from last night's?
Well, I don't know. They could keep it and then, just mix it in with the new batch in the morning.
But they're going to make more anyway. I am very much of the opinion they're going to throw their food away at the end of the night like every other restaurant does everywhere else.
Taco Bell doesn't.
That's gross. But Taco Bell you expect that from because it's all fucking frozen prepaid shit anyway.
Yeah.
It's all just in a bag and they put it in a heater. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Like, at least you can see the people on the grill in Chipotle.
That's
It might
fair.
not be the highest quality food, but they do cook it.
It all tastes the same, though. I don't
Chipotle?
personally... Yeah. I feel like everything you get there is basically the same flavor.
I only ever get one thing there, so I don't know.
Well, I've gotten, the burrito, I've gotten the bowl, I've gotten...
Because you're putting the same thing in a different medium, that's why.
No, I've switched it up a couple of times, but I found what I liked the most, and I honestly don't like Chipotle the most, so I don't try to go there that often.
Well, again, Chipotle is always in the news for being dirty, and that's all I can ever think about is, there's always some kind of outbreak, and it's somehow directly correlated to Chipotle every other month.
Yeah.
So I always just assume Chipotle with being dirty. That's
Like-
always like the 1-to-1 in my mind.
I always remember the E. coli, the lettuce, and
Yeah.
like yeah.
They had an Ebola outbreak at one point,
Yeah.
and Chipotle was related to it somehow, like their beef or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But like, I don't understand the pride the fucking workers at Chipotle have. Like, dude, you're making what, $13 an hour to scoop food into a bowl? Just give me an accurate portion size. I don't understand.
And like the first little rice scoop is like 3 grains of rice, and they're like, all right, moving on.
That's the reason you gotta get half and half. You gotta get a half and half because you actually get a full scoop of each. And so, like, by the time you have half and half, you have one full thing of rice rather than like 3 little grains of rice. And that's the thing too, is as much as they should give me a full portion size without me having to ask,
or walk out or record.
well, yeah, no, and again, I think that's a good way to go about it. But we also shouldn't be afraid to ask for more at Chipotle. And I don't know if it's the stigma of being afraid that they're going to charge you, or what it is. But like, no one has that issue at Subway.
Yeah.
No one has ever been like, oh, I trust the Subway process. I'm not gonna ask for more lettuce on my sub. That's never. I've seen people go to Subway and like stand there and ask for 3 times the amount of cheese.
Yeah. Or cucumbers.
Yeah, that's not a thing that happens at Subway, but it's a thing that happens at Chipotle where people are afraid to ask for more. Like, no one ever walks out of Subway like, oh man, I didn't get enough spinach on my sandwich. No, because you ask for more and they put it on there, and you don't care and the worker doesn't care. Is it just a lower standard?
Maybe.
But what's the difference? Other than the fact I'm paying $19 for Chipotle now for some reason, what's the difference? Also, I was going to bring this in. Subway is 6 inches for $6 as their new slogan. That's such a fucking downgrade from $5 foot long. You went from $5 for 12 inches to 6 inches for $6.
Yeah, that's...
Starting to think Jared Fogle wasn't the only thing wrong with Subway. Anyway, but you don't have the fear factor at Subway of walking in and not getting what you wanted. Like, at least I know I'm not a big Subway fan, but at least I know if I go to Subway, I'm going to get the portion that I would like, that I'm paying for.
Yeah. And
I don't know that at Chipotle. I could, but I'm probably not.
no matter what you do at Subway, no matter how much you load on your sandwich, they're going to get it closed.
Well, there was the meme from like a year or two ago of people just asking them to toast it over and over again, and they did it. I never saw any time where they were like, no, we're not going to do it. Like, until it was burnt to a crisp. Subway doesn't care, and that's what it should be. That's like, your job is to make a sandwich for somebody.
Yeah.
How more baseline could it get? Why would you care how much they want? You have one job, and it's make a sandwich for someone. You have one job, it's put meat and taco stuff in a bowl for someone. Why do you care how much of a scoop I'm getting?
I think it all comes down to food waste, and they really care about...
I don't. I really don't. Because I'd be willing to bet they throw it away at the end of the night.
So then what do you think it is?
I don't know. That's what I'm confused about. I don't know why because they always get pissy when you ask for more, too. Like, have you ever been like, okay, no, that's definitely 3 pieces of steak. I need more than 3 pieces of steak for this $13 bowl I'm paying for. Can I have more steak? And then they get an attitude. Like, is that enough? And they add 2 more pieces. Like, it's the lunch lady.
Yeah, I do get lunch lady vibes. There was I always have an issue with, I get guacamole, and they put, like, the smallest first little dollop, and then I ask for more, and then they get, like, the biggest scoop they could ever think of, and plop it on there, and now it's just guacamole.
Yeah, because they can't do it
disaster.
like a normal human being for some reason the first time.
Yeah, it's either way too small or way too much.
Yeah. And again, it's the... I
need
think that's
to-
my new analogy is the lunch lady.
They
Because
need
like
to go
they
to
had
school.
well, like Chipotle or the lunch lady had like a set number of things for each meal.
Yeah.
So like if you're getting it was like 5 mini corn dogs you can get, right? So you'd watch the lunch lady take the mini corn dogs out and like shake them off so 5 came out onto the plate, and if there were 6, she'd take 1 back. Like that's the vibe I get from Chipotle. Of like, for some reason, you're counting the amount of pieces of steak that fall off this spoon. That's not your job. You're not the lunch lady.
She's got. They have to make sure we get the proper amount of nutrients in each item.
It's terrible. I fucking like. I don't. And this is why I'm okay with the whole walkout of Chipotle thing, because like, if that's how they're gonna act, and I don't care. You could say, well, it's not everyone that wears. It's most people. Most
Yeah.
Chipotles I've been to, someone has an attitude for some reason that I don't know. I'm just here for lunch. I don't need your weird Chipotle hierarchy. All right. So they've lost the privilege of me caring if I walk out halfway through a bowl.
That's fair. I mean, they're just gonna throw it away.
Food waste, right?
Yeah.
If they're so concerned about food waste, I'm gonna make it an issue.
Yeah.
If you're right and it's a food waste thing, I'm gonna make there be a food waste issue. But again, you shouldn't be afraid to fucking say, hey, that's not a portion.
Yeah. I mean, if they, you can see them make the bowl. If you make it a deal and you say like, hey, that was a really small portion, I don't think that was correct, they might just give you the correct portion and not charge you.
But again, they probably will charge you. That's the issue.
Then yell at the cashier.
Then you walk out.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a
You-
manager
but you
over
need to
there. Like you can fight it if you if you make sure that you're watching.
Down with Big Chipotle.
Yeah.
Fight the system.
Fight Chipotle.
Fight the man that works at Chipotle. Okay, so there's two ways to go about this. Either you just walk out because you don't want to fight, or you get the portions that you're expecting and then stay to the end of the fight when they try and charge you double for shit.
Yeah.
Because again, I think, and that's the only rationalization I have of Chipotle versus Subway, is you're not going to get charged extra for anything at Subway ever.
Yeah.
Like, I could put 17 sauces on there and have it completely empty the bottle on each of them. And be like, all right, $13 for your sub because 6 inches for $6, folks. So, like, that's, and, tax. So, like, I think that's the stigma, is they're afraid of getting charged extra. And, like, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to tell them that they're doing a bad job and you want the food you paid for.
Yeah.
But I think we do. I verified the other day because my cousin worked at Chipotle and we talked about this when we recorded off air. And I called him while we were off air. And I called them and I asked them if there's a set portion size that you're taught, like while you're training to work the line there, that you're supposed to give. And so there's a spoonful and there's a heaping spoonful. They have 2 different amounts. So, like, if you're getting if I go up there and I want extra steak, right, and I tell them that right off the bat, a heaping spoonful, quote unquote, is a spoon, like the serving spoon, that just has, like, pieces over the edge of it and stuff like that. That's a heaping spoon. But your spoonful is if it's all still contained within the spoon. That's your normal amount. So not a spoonful.
It's not very descript. I don't
No,
like
it's
that.
not. Yeah.
They need, like, a big spoon and a little spoon.
No, they need to just fucking give me the food I paid for.
Heaping spoonful. I hate that.
It's my problem with pulp when they don't give me the full smoothie and there's still room in my cup. Like, you're making the smoothie because I ordered it. I'm the only person that's getting this kind of smoothie right now, and I ordered it and I watched you make it for my order. Just give me the rest of it. I see the rest of it there. There's still room in my cup. Can I have the rest of the smoothie I paid for?
You don't care if it's overflowing?
It's not half the time, though. Like, very rarely when I go to Pulp is the smoothie actually at the brim of the cup. There's usually room, and there's usually more smoothie in the blender. Just fill it. Why do you have to skimp me? I already paid for that. That's also mine. When I go to a restaurant and get a milkshake, which I'm known to do, they bring you out the metal shaker that has the rest of the milkshake in it because I paid for it. And what good does it do them to keep that fucking 1/8 of a cup of milkshake? It doesn't.
Do that with margaritas too. They'll bring you
Exactly.
the shaker.
But, like, why can't Pulp do that? Why can't Chipotle do that?
Just Chipotle brings you your food and also the tin of rice because it was left over.
Just fill it normally. Just fill the fucking bowl with rice. Like, why do I have to teach you what a portion size is?
Because they weren't taught what a portion size is. They were taught heaping spoonful and spoonful.
You should, by the time you're old enough to get a job, you should know what a portion size is. You should know that, like, hey, if I'm paying It's like $15 for a bowl at Chipotle now. If I'm paying $15, I want rice in the bottom of the bowl when I say I put rice in the bottom of the bowl. I don't want it in half the bowl. I don't want to be able to see the bottom of the bowl. Fill it with rice. I want more than 2 pieces of steak.
Tell them that. Say that when you walk up there. Just be an asshole.
When we found out too, the problem is like when you order online, then they don't even have like the face-to-face on their end, the guilt or the fear to actually do a job. If you've ever noticed when you order Chipotle online, it's even less food.
Oh yeah, it's the worst amount of food because they don't care at all. They're not there to see your face whether you liked how much they put in there or not.
So now people are walking out Chipotle halfway through, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'd walk out, but I'm probably too scared to. I'd probably be the person that's like, yeah, no, they didn't have the correct portion size when I first asked for chicken. They gave me 2 pieces, and then now I have 5. So.
And you know this definitely started because someone walked in and got like a half a portion of chicken or something, and they're like, well, can I get more chicken? Because that's not right. And then they charged him double, and the dude was like, all right, well, I'm recording what you consider double chicken. You know that's how this started.
Yeah, 100%, because everybody wants to be like an online Karen, and...
This is justified.
Yeah.
This is justified. This isn't being a Karen. This is rising up against the man. This is...
I agree,
we need
but
to
it's
unionize
also,
against Chipotle.
It's still technically being a Karen.
It's not.
I think, like, recording in public
This-
is, like, trying to make a commotion.
They did it to themselves. They deserve it. This is as much of being a Karen as it was when we left the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. The American Revolution was as much as being a Karen as taking a video at Chipotle. Because you're doing it for a just cause. There's an injustice, and we're documenting it.
We just need to throw all the rice in Lake Erie, don't we?
No, we need to put it in my goddamn bowl where it belongs. Just fill it. Just fill the bowl.
I think all of these problems would be solved if we just communicated to the person behind the line there. If we just said,
As long as they
hey,
drop their ego.
They can be sassy as long as they put the shit in my bowl and don't charge me for it.
They will.
And when they do, I'm going to say, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to be like, hey, look, I still see the top rim of my bowl, which doesn't mean there's extra bullshit in there.
If I can see the bottom layer,
Yeah,
the rice, if I can see that, it's not full.
I agree.
It's not full.
And that's when you are like, I see rice.
Let's
Don't
make
charge.
let's make it known too that steak is the biggest scam, and I get steak, but steak is the biggest scam because it's bigger pieces, so it's gonna fill the spoon quicker, regardless. So like, if you're getting steak, you should get 2 scoops regardless. Like they need to take a page out of Raisin Bran's book and give me 2 scoops when I get steak, like default 2 scoops, and then if I want extra steak, then we can talk about a 3rd scoop, a heaping scoop, as they like to say. But, like, baseline should be 2 scoops for steak.
So baseline should be a heaping scoop?
No, baseline should be 2 heaping scoops of steak.
2 heaping scoops.
Because steaks are... Like, you could put 3 pieces of steak on a spoon and it's already filling over the top.
I think you are asking too much for 2 heaping scoops.
I think they're asking too much for $15.
Yes. The prices are always wrong. They're too expensive for absolutely no reason.
I was told there's a new experimental Chipotle coming in California, maybe. And they're doing it like a hospital system where you weigh your own bowl. And that's what they go by for
Like
the for the
Froyo?
price. Yeah, yeah. And I think I'm more pro that.
I like
and again,
it.
it kind of comes down to my argument of just automate it.
Fill the bowl.
Not just automate it. Just automate it. I wouldn't have to deal with any of these assholes if they just like automated it.
Yeah. If they automated it, then they would probably have.
Because then you'd
equal
have like what?
measurements.
Well, then you'd have like a manager at the store, right? You'd have one guy,
Yeah.
and that's the guy I'm going to talk to when the automation doesn't give me enough steak.
Well, yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, listen, your server is fucking wrong here. Your automation is wrong. This is all the steak I got. Go put some more on there, and he'd go put more on there. Because I'm not blaming him or anyone else. I'm blaming the system. And he'd be like, yeah, okay, here you go. It'd be a lot less sass because I'm blaming the robot. These damn machines. Like when Grandpa can't figure out the Wi-Fi. These damn machines. What are you going to do? It's the best excuse for work, unless you work specifically in a field of technology. The best excuse ever is, yep, computers, right? What are you going to do? You got to love them.
Imagine the IT guys just like, computers, right?
Well, that's not the IT guy. It's the manager. And I'm the customer, and I'm the one going, computers, right? And he's like, yeah, computers. And then we have a little chuckle, and he goes and gives me steak. I'm talking utopia here. This is what the perfect society looks like. Automated Chipotle with accurate portions.
So you want automated all fast food?
Yeah, because they piss me off.
Chipotle, Chick-fil-A,
Sure.
Burger King, Arby's,
Only the
Wendy's.
ones. Listen, you only have to start with the ones that piss me off. Right now, McDonald's is on that list and Chipotle is on that list. Burger King probably is too, but I don't go there enough to know. 216-859-8699. Give me a heap and scoop in my text messages.
You're listening to the Rebel Radio Show, legal in 47 states.
Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. We're live every Monday right here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. WSRRradio.com gets you to the homepage and all the links there. I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. That's Jules on the board.
Howdy.
You can also listen, of course, every Wednesday in podcast form at 10 a.m. Eastern to new episodes. That's every Wednesday at 10 a.m. all major podcasting platforms, or catch Rebel replays all through the week, 5 to 7 on WSRR Radio. It's a 2-hour gap. I got to think of that there. What are we talking about, Jules?
TJ Maxx and Marshall's employees are now being given body cams.
For the brutality that's happening there.
So much brutality.
That makes sense.
I guess it's for just shoplifting and to help de-escalate any customer and employee issues. But most of the employees are more like worried about being monitored.
The employees are worried?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like I'd like that better if I was an employee and I got the camera. Is it only some of the employees get cameras?
From what I read, it was all employees.
I'd like that better.
I would like that, yeah.
Unless they're like treating it like cops where you can't switch off your body camera at any time during your shift. Like if I go on break, I want to be able to turn off my camera.
Yeah, that should be allowed. Obviously, going in the bathroom,
right?
Turn off your camera.
Which I don't think it's the case where they're saying you can't.
Yeah, probably not.
But I'd feel a lot better if I was a retail worker and I had a camera on.
Yeah, absolutely.
The amount of times people try and start shit or say they're going to call the cops or sue or something like that, it'd be great.
Yeah. And then you could actually rewind the tape to make sure that you did that thing correctly.
Do they not have store cameras in general?
I've been in a TJ Maxx and a Marshalls.
Can't relate. Never been either.
I'm pretty sure they do have like regular store CCTV.
Are people like stealing that much from TJ?
People are
steal
stealing
from clothing
everywhere.
stores?
Yeah. People steal from absolutely everywhere. And stealing has gone up so much.
If it's Legos, sure.
But, I mean, people can put on clothes and steal. People put them in their pockets. People shove them in their clothes. People...
How much theft is happening by the employees that they don't want the body cams? That's my thought.
That could be possible, because the
Why
body
else?
camera is going to be, like, pointing at their hands in the cash register.
Right. Why else would you need to be afraid of wearing a body cam? If you're not doing anything wrong, why would you be afraid to wear the body cam?
And that's how you weed out the bad employees.
Right. So if like you got Chip over here who's turning off his body cam 6 or 7 times a day
at the register,
just in the clothes, then you probably notify your Chip.
Yeah.
I feel like you're solving multiple issues at once with this. You're getting rid of bad employees and you're getting rid of bad customers.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just all the bad employees that want to steal things that don't want to wear the body cameras.
Probably.
I'd be excited to wear it.
I think it would be fun. And they're like cute little colors. They have...
yeah, that's the best part, right?
They look like little... Like all the colors that the iPhone 5C came out in. Except for like this dark army green. But like, they pop. They're there. They're cool.
So they're not hidden.
No. People know you're wearing them. I mean, do they look like a camera? Yeah. I guess.
I mean, they kind of look like a little walkie-talkie or something, honestly.
A little bit more like a walkie-talkie.
But, like, secret shoppers already exist, or at least they used to.
Oh, no, they still exist. Yeah, they have them at Walmart.
So what's the difference?
I guess more people are watching. If you have one secret shopper, they're probably focused on, like, probably 1 to 2 people.
But regardless, if you're not stealing anything, it shouldn't matter. So, like, secret shoppers... not like an employee of the store normally. It's just someone they hire.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like, I mean, they're on the payroll, but they're not like just someone who works at the register. That's literally their only thing they do, and that typically they just kind of wear street clothes and they walk around and try and catch people stealing and report it. And they don't do anything, and they just report it to a cop or security that's there. That's all they do. So, like, if that's already a position... and you're stealing as an employee, you're probably gonna get caught by that anyway.
Yeah.
So why would it matter? It's just people who are dumb that want to steal.
Yeah.
That's all. That's like, what other downside could you have to wearing the fucking camera?
I'm not sure what other downside. I mean, there's a possibility of hiring somebody that's not very trustworthy with a camera.
What do you mean?
Like, if you were to hire somebody that's... I'm just going to use the word not trustworthy, and they were to use their camera, like, unclip it from their shirt and, like, go under women's skirts.
So then
or
you
something.
fire that. I mean, the management has access to the camera.
Well, yeah.
You're not, like, getting the personal footage of it.
Well, yeah, but there could just be people messing around, untrustworthy, just doing whatever the fuck they wanted with these cameras.
But they wouldn't get the footage of it. The management would. It's not like it goes to your cell phone. It goes to a DVR feed.
I'm just saying, there's, like, possibilities of people not being...
Then you fire them and
Yeah.
sue them. You're going to fire the bad employees anyway.
And-
It's easier to find them like this. If anything, it's helping you find the bad employees.
Okay, I guess.
It's a net positive all the way around. I don't know why they were at TJ Maxx and what's the other one?
Marshalls.
I don't even know what the fuck Marshalls is.
They're both the same.
Sound terrible.
They're kind of like Burlington.
Sounds like they're a bunch of bitches that work here. Sounds like it's a bunch of thieving bitches.
Bunch of thieving bitches.
There's all these quotes here saying that body cameras don't technically do anything by themselves to reduce crime, but I wouldn't care about it for like loss prevention reasons. I'd still keep a secret shopper employed. I'd have them just for the fucking customers that want to try and argue about shit.
Yeah, like stop Karens.
Yeah.
And like the people that
So you can show your manager when people are being unhinged.
Yeah, so that
so
the
you don't get
manager
blamed.
doesn't like automatically think you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Because the customer's always
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Or like when the customer switches up money, because when I worked at Taco Bell, I gave back like a 20, and they switched.
Oh,
it
that'd
out
be
real quick
wild.
And gave me like a 1.
That'd be wild. Imagine someone trying to fucking swap bills on you, and you're like, hang on, let me get my manager, and he just pulls out the DVR and starts rewinding it back for you. It has like a little TV there showing you doing it. That'd be insane.
That's perfect.
See, it's a net positive. People are bitches.
Yeah, so if they're uncomfortable with wearing a camera, then
Then
they don't
leave.
need to work there.
Yeah, then leave. What other concerns could there possibly be?
I mean, because it can't be a concern about recording in public, because public places, you're allowed to record no matter what, right? It's like a law.
Well, it's not public. It's private. It's a privately owned business.
That's fair. I thought...
But it's the business that's recording. You're allowed to record in your own business.
Okay.
Again, it's just a bunch of people saying that people are going to steal regardless if they're on camera or not, if they really want to steal. But I don't think that's the issue. It's being able to... Number one, if they do steal and they're going to steal regardless, then you have more cameras.
Yeah,
so it's easier to find them, so you don't have fucking Lego Magoo over here who's 71 stealing 3,000 boxes of Legos and getting away with it over fucking months.
Yeah, you
don't have
stealing
that.
one, and then you are easily
Yeah,
able
and then you've
to
got
identify
6 different
it.
employees' cameras to look at the guy.
18 POVs on this one dude stealing. Like, I think it
Some-
works.
Someone says they're potentially putting their safety at risk by getting close to a suspect.
They're already close to the suspect.
No one's robbing clothes armed. No one is walking into a TJ Maxx with a fucking handgun and being like, I'm taking this shirt. That's not what... If they're gonna rob you, they're gonna rob you for the money, which is a felony that they're gonna get caught for regardless of where you are in the store. No one is gonna be like, hey, you're stealing that shirt, and pull a gun. That's not gonna happen.
I mean, no matter what situation it is, if the manager is wearing one of these and they approach it, their job is de-escalation. So they have to approach the person that's becoming an issue, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think
So,
they're
like-
just talking about more of the workers.
Well, I mean, the workers are going to be close to these people that are acting a fool anyway, because
Right, that's what I'm saying.
they're
like-
in the vicinity. So,
Right.
I mean, they can still have a wide-angle view from across the store.
If they're going to be put in harm's way, they were going to body cam or not
Yeah.
in this situation. Like I said, I could see a situation where someone tries to steal clothes and you approach them and say, hey, you're stealing clothes. You need to give those back and leave. And no one's going to pull a gun because they came in to steal clothes. If they have a gun, they're going to go for the money. And regardless if you're wearing a body cam or not, you're in the same amount of danger.
Yeah.
So,
agree.
like, I think it's a stupid argument that it's putting people in harm's way wearing body cameras. They're not going to think they're fucking police because they have body cameras. They're not going to start doing vigilante justice and, like, tracking people outside in the parking lot. They're going to do the same thing they're supposed to fucking do, and there's going to be more evidence of it if they're doing their job and not stealing. I don't understand all the people that don't work here that are on the side of, well, we can't trust them to have body cameras. It's too dangerous.
Check those people out.
Right.
Are they the ones stealing?
They're
from
telling
TJ
on
Maxx
themselves.
and Marshalls?
These people are telling on themselves.
They're like, I don't want the employees of where I steal to have cameras.
Here's a quote from CNN that says, I would be really cautious about putting underpaid, undertrained people in these positions. What position? They're sales associates. They're
think
still sales associates.
The issue is that they're referring to these body cams as, like, police-style body cams. So, like, people are thinking that it's, like, the police. They're putting these regular people into the police. But they're not.
Yeah, people
They're
are
just,
fucking dumb.
They're just giving them cameras.
Yeah,
and
it's no different than
sending
installing
them
new
back.
cameras in the store.
Yeah.
You just have a better angle.
Multiple
Yeah.
better angles. I think it works.
I think people are fucking stupid to think that this is anything dangerous or a bad idea.
I think one of the bigger issues would be, like, more the management being able to hold employees accountable, but that's more of, like, weeding out bad employees still. So, like, if you have your body cam on for the entirety of your shift and you were supposed to get this, this, and this done, and it shows on your body cam that you, in fact, did not get these things done.
The union, which does not represent TJ Maxx stores, has advocated for legislation advancing in New York that will require retail employees to adopt a violence prevention plan and train workers in de-escalation and active shooters. Large employers must install panic buttons throughout the store under this legislation. Nobody is robbing a TJ Maxx. Has anybody in the history of TJ
Look
Maxx
it up.
ever robbed a TJ Maxx?
I have no idea. I'm gonna look up armed robbery TJ Maxx.
And if they're robbing a TJ Maxx, you really think they're looking to kill someone?
No, but, like,
It's-
accidents
it's-
happen.
No, listen, it's the same stupid pride with the Chipotle people. Do you really care about TJ Maxx that much that you're not going to give them the money? I don't. Regardless, you're getting paid at the end of the week. It don't matter if the store gets robbed or not. You're getting paid at the end of the week. In fact, you're probably getting more at the end of the week, and that specific week if they get robbed at gunpoint.
There's multiple.
Bullshit.
Multiple. And a lot of them close to home.
Bullshit. How many fatalities? How many fatalities from TJ Maxx?
Let's see.
Employees feel like they're under surveillance is another quote. They were to begin with. There's cameras in the store.
This man was threatened during a robbery. And
But he didn't die.
this person was attacked.
But he didn't die. Would have been attacked regardless, body cam or not, panic button or not.
Customer knocked alleged thief to the ground.
That's a good thing.
They're all just saying armed robberies. I'm not seeing any, like, deaths.
Everybody has a smartphone.
Yes. So everybody has a camera anyway.
Oh, no, that's not even my point. Everybody has a smart... They want panic buttons. Everybody has a smartphone. You tap the side twice and it brings up the fucking emergency call.
Mine brings up my credit cards.
You have the... If you hold down the side button
you
on an
gotta hold
iPhone,
it.
it brings the fucking emergency SOS call up.
I feel like
That's
it's faster to just open your phone and call 911.
It's just as easy than getting a fucking panic button. And it's probably less noticeable.
I mean, panic buttons are silent.
I don't think. I'd put money on this. I don't think it's some Max heist operation where there's 6 or 7 guys knocking over a TJ Maxx. I'd say at most 2. There's probably more than 2 employees there. Meaning you could fucking do your little side button panic thing on your phone and get the cops there pretty quick.
Yeah, but...
And there's probably going to be customers.
Yeah.
And again, there's cameras in the store. And again, if you have a secret shopper, that's kind of his jurisdiction. He should probably report that too. I mean, it's not exactly theft, but it's still a crime.
I mean, there are people that have loss prevention people that'll, like, tackle.
Regardless, it's stupid to say that, oh, well, the cameras aren't an issue. We need people to have panic buttons all over the store. No, what fucking minute percentage of people robbing TJ Maxx is this about?
I feel like it's a bigger issue than we think it is.
Then get a new job. If you're that unsafe at TJ Maxx, get a new job. 216-859-8699.
Whoever is the owner of the gray sedan, you left the Rebel Radio Show playing.
Are people still, like, mad about the fact people use plastic bottles of water?
I think so.
Grow up. Grow up.
I mean, people are still mad that anything comes in plastic. Like,
I'm just saying.
Sprite had to change their bottle color because they were too easily identified in landfills.
That wasn't Sprite trying to help activism. That was Sprite trying to avoid blame. Yeah. No, but, like, I feel with today's mass-produced cup market, like Stanley cups and all these reusable cups,
yeah,
I feel like we're wasting a lot more materials making those than just drinking out of bottles. Recycling is a thing. A lot of people recycle.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of issues with recycling.
That's not my problem. They need to figure that out on their end. I did my part. I put it in the recycling bin.
Yeah, but I guess then it's the government's problem.
Yeah, if they really care, they'll fix it. I don't have to do anything. Yeah. I'm gonna drink out of the bottles.
Leave it up to them.
Yeah, as long as I put it in the recycling bin, I did my part of it. It's up to them where it goes, right? Can't blame me for that.
I guess.
So, like, don't shame anyone that's drinking out of water bottles, I guess is the moral of the story, because, like, you don't know where they're putting it. You should be talking to the guy that's taking it away, not the guy who's drinking it. Talk to your local councilman about how their recycling program works if you're upset about water bottles. Regardless, it's a life hack that you can get free water for life, essentially, which you can already do. There's water everywhere. You can just, like California, grow up. You're on the coast of water. Drink it. There's water
They could
everywhere.
boil it, yeah.
Yeah, they could. Also, like, what is it called? Desalation? What's the process of removing salt from water?
I don't know.
They have machines that do that.
Just get a life straw.
Well, no, so like they have, damn it, what the hell are they called? It's machines that take the salt out of water to make it clean, drinkable water. That's been a thing for a long time, and California just doesn't invest in them, and they keep having water issues.
Well,
I feel like just spend the money, right?
Everybody out on the West Coast drinks sparkling water anyway.
Well, yeah, and they charge you fucking like $25 a bottle for it anyway.
Yep.
But here's some life hacks if you live in California, I guess. You can keep getting bottles of water. There's a security tag trick on vials of water, I guess is what they're calling it now. And it was just essentially one dude found this loophole in bottled water. And it looks like a bottle of water from Walmart. And
yeah, like the Great Value brand.
Yeah, and people are mad because they say it's stealing. I think this is what it was intended to be. And I think whatever brand, is it Great Value?
Yeah.
It is Great Value. Shout out to Great Value then, because I think they could spin this in their favor of being like, well, this is our way of reducing carbon footprint. Because this is how you're supposed to drink. You're not supposed to buy a whole new pack of bottled water every time. This is how you're supposed to do it. But he shared a tip that on the back of the label of the water, it says, return the package for replacement or money back. And it gives them the number or gives you the website to the Walmart link that you can call. And it doesn't specify that there has to be anything wrong with it. It doesn't specify that it had to be defective or anything like that. It just says, return the package for replacement. So you can
drink the water and return the package.
So, like, technically you could buy like a 32 case of water, drink them all, and take it back, or
Put
call the
them all
number.
back into the little sealed package thing, and then bring them back.
Yeah, that's exactly what this guy's doing. He's buying 36 case of water. He drinks all the water, he puts them back in the thing, and calls the number.
That's beautiful.
It's not illegal.
And they're probably taking care of it better than the waste management people are.
Right. Why are they saying it's not ethical?
Because they think it's stealing because it's a loophole. It's a technical loophole. He's stealing the water.
He's not stealing the water. He paid for it.
Once.
They're the ones that said I could get a full reimbursement. They specified it. I kind of want to do, if this is still a thing, like if they haven't changed their label because of this, I kind of want to try it.
We'll have to get a 32-pack.
I might want to start smaller. I don't want to drink 36 bottles of water just to fucking test this theory. That seems like a lot of extra effort to drink 36 bottles of water.
Do they just sell singular Great Value?
I mean, they probably sell like a 6-pack or something, right? An 8-pack of water.
Maybe.
That's probably a thing they do. You could probably buy a bottle of water. Yeah.
We'll have to see.
I wonder if it's the same. It should be the same label, right? On a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Versus a 38-pack of water.
Well, because the picture of the label was on the bottle itself.
So this article right here from from Microsoft says the life hack isn't technically illegal, but it's not ethical either. Walmart's policy doesn't necessarily state that you can drink water for free just because you brought back the empty bottle to the store. No, you got to call the number. I just looked at it and didn't give me any information, so I called the number, and I got told by the employee you will not get a refund, nor you'll get the place unless the water tastes bad. They don't have a recycling program or anything like that either, it says. And when you do return, they likely take your ID, and habitual returners will eventually get a notification that they'll no longer be allowed returns. I'd take it to court.
Yeah, because
I'd take it to court. Change your label then.
It's not illegal, so there's no issue. They need to change the label if they're not going to honor it.
Another user commented that he's done this with something else. He forgets what the product is, but if they notice you keep exploiting the loophole, they'll just turn you away. I'd take him to court.
Yeah, go to
There's-
another one.
there's-
There's like 7 Walmarts.
No, you don't take it to Walmart. You have to call the number, and they send you more water. You can't just go to Walmart with an empty water bottle.
Well-
You have to call the number.
I'm wondering if you call the number and they tell you where to take it.
Maybe, but they probably have to arrange something. You can't just show up at Walmart with empty water. And I feel like that's what a lot of these people are doing wrong.
Probably.
I feel like I could call the number and I could get free water. It doesn't say it has to taste bad on there, anywhere on there. So that's bullshit, and I'd call out that person. I'd ask to speak to their manager. If there's a time to be a Karen, it's for things like this. I know it's just a bottle of water, but like we should be reading everything like this, because I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff out there you can return once you've already consumed it and get the product for free.
Yeah. I'm going to start reading all the labels.
That's what I'm saying.
Everywhere.
And while we're at it, I know it's a completely different argument. Bring back the Pepsi giveaways, where you could take off the tab, the bottle top, and it'd be like, "Hey, you want a free Pepsi?" You remember those?
No.
Okay, well, it was a little before your time. You used to be able to
We were
unscrew.
Dr. Pepper family.
Gross. You used to be able to unscrew the top of Pepsi bottles, and they would be like, "Oh, you want a free Pepsi?" Or it'd be like, "Try again." And like usually they're for like Xbox giveaways or a cruise or something like that. And most of them you could win like a free bottle of Pepsi, and you just take the cap in, and they'd give you a free bottle of Pepsi because you won.
I want Marlboro points.
That went out of style a long time ago. But no, why not? I'd take it to court. If they turn me away, I'd take it to court. It doesn't say anywhere on there that it's false advertising then.
Yeah.
It's false advertising, and I'd
win.
sue them for it, and I'd get a settlement.
You would win a
I'd
false
settle
adver-
outside of court.
You just have to actually go try.
I would. I wonder if anyone has. I want to know if they've changed their label. That's my biggest concern. Is like, because this is a story now. I don't know how old the story is here. But because this is a story, I wonder if they have changed their label to be like, if there's a defect in your water.
It was 10 months ago.
Almost a year old. But then how do they know there wasn't a defect in your water if you already drank it? You could just tell them it tasted bad.
Yeah.
You could be like, all 36 bottles tasted bad.
I made sure to test them all because...
And you take a video for proof. And it's just a video of you sipping the water and
I'm
going,
going,
ugh.
ugh.
Yeah.
The entire
They weren't
bottle.
there. How would they know?
I guess you have a point.
Like, if I'm on a call and they're insistent that I can't return it or can't get a replacement because it didn't taste bad or there's nothing wrong with it, at that point I'm like, okay, well, it did taste bad too. Tasted gross. Didn't like it. Give me my water. Prove to me it didn't taste bad.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's gone. They can't prove that you... One, that you even drank it. That you were the one to drink
Right.
it.
Be like, hey, a bunch of people I know drank these waters. All of them tasted
I
bad.
bought this water for a party.
Yeah. Everyone puked.
Yeah, it was disgusting. We were all drunk, but we don't have to say that. Everyone puked because of the water.
I feel like they probably changed the label. I feel like they had to have probably changed the label. Because if no one sued, I will. It's false advertising.
I feel like it's also up to the workers to know what they're talking about. Like when they're approached about this situation.
But you're
they
not
need
just
to know
taking
the
it into a
policy.
Walmart.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you call the number, you do it correctly. They tell you to go to Walmart. They set it all up. Blah, blah, blah. You get to that Walmart's customer service situation, and you're like, hey, I called this number. They set up a water replacement here. I did this. Give them the packet of empty water bottles, and they're like, nah, we can't do that. At that point, I'm going to park it and call that number again and say, hey, I'm at the Walmart you told me to go to, and they're refusing to take my water. And then go from there.
I would, this is a battle I would fight every month. If I bought a case of water every month and drank it every month, I would call these people every month until it got to the point where they're like, just give him the water. Every time he comes in, just give him the water. That's where I'd be, and I'd never pay for bottled water again. And I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking
that
about
worth it?
Yeah. Why not? Because it's their fault.
Yeah, as long as the label remains the same, then they can't really
Right.
do anything about it. Because you're following the directions.
Because it's either that or I take them to court.
Yeah.
It's the label says, return the package for replacement or money back, and gives you a number. Yes,
And-
it says nothing about a defect or damaged or unsatisfied.
And it doesn't say that the water has to be there. It just says return the package.
Right.
You could honestly return just the empty little plastic sleeve that the water comes in.
No, I'm sure
That's
you.
the package,
no,
right?
I'm sure you have to return the bottle. The bottle is also packaging. Because you don't drink the product, the water, out of the plastic sleeve.
That's fair.
But like, there's a bunch of stuff that says like, if you're not satisfied, 100% money back guarantee.
Yeah.
People don't take advantage of that either. I'm sure that's on like bottles of pop all over the place, or like chips.
I'm pretty sure it's on the Vicky's potato chips at Subway.
The what?
The Vicky's potato
Oh.
chips at Subway. Somebody I know called that number one time just to tell them that they were satisfied with their chips.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Why would they call them to tell them they were satisfied?
Because they were satisfied. They liked them.
Go to Walmart, drink the water out of the bottles, and return the bottles. 216-859-8699. That's not the water number.
You're listening to the Rebel Radio Show.
You know, for the third week in a row, I'm just chugging that ayahuasca. It's a crutch.
Would you do an ayahuasca
No.
tour thing?
No.
So immediately ready to turn that heel. Just
You
so
are.
immediately, not even a thought.
He's
Grace's
watched
head.
so many
It was
videos.
so like instantly no. Obviously not, dipshit. Why would I ever consider? What makes you think I would ever consider that? The fact that I say constantly that I'm presently doing ayahuasca? Maybe. I don't know.
Two 216-859-8699. That's 216-859-8699 is the Rebel hotline. It stays open 24/7, 365. Just like WSRR radio broadcasts the greatest underground and independent artists all day, every day, 24/7, 365. We're saving the underground music scene. That number works to send texts to this show, voicemails for your favorite artists or songs, or messages to any of the other shows that WSRR produces. Of course, WSRRradio.com, the homepage for all of that. So you get all of our shows, showtimes, schedules, articles, podcasts, and more there, as well as the links to all of our social medias and the Discord server where you can chat with us about all this kind of stuff and specific show topics and memes and cryptids and liminal spaces and all that good stuff. Or you can, just kind of linger around there and be a squatter. It's not an Airbnb, but you can be a squatter there. There's a Airbnb in, where is it, North Carolina,
Yeah.
where people booked the room and didn't pay somehow?
It's a long-term Airbnb. So, like, it's meant...
So what?
long-term. So it's meant to be, like, occupied for longer than, like, a vacation
So like an
getaway.
extended stay
Yeah.
hotel.
Basically. And I'm not sure about the payment situation, but, like, because I'm pretty sure you have to pay upon booking. So I think once her situation was up and done for, she just decided she wasn't going to leave.
Yeah, so it's... How many people are squatting here?
I think it's a family. Well, she's a single mother. Or I think the renter was a single mother. I'm not...
Yeah, single parent is out money, is now trying to fight to have her property back.
Okay.
Quote, they're refusing to leave until there's an eviction order. I think they're just trying to gain time to stay there for free because they haven't paid. So they didn't pay.
Oh. I was under the assumption because on Airbnb you can't go there unless you pay.
They made a long-term rental reservation. They checked in on October 25th with a checkout date of May 24th and have not left yet. When the rental lady went to clean the rental after they were supposed to have left, they were still there.
Okay, yeah, so basically they paid for their stay and then never left.
They answered the door and they said, no, we haven't moved out. She said, you should come back, the cleaning lady asked if I should come back tomorrow, and the squatter said, no, don't come back. When they went to the police about it, and the renters promised the officer that they would leave first thing in the morning, the next morning they still weren't gone. Instead, a handwritten no trespassing sign was put on the front door that stated, we will vacate the property when you filed the proper paperwork with the civil magistrate for an eviction, for we are legal residents of this home.
But they're not legal residents.
No. We've talked about squatters a few times here. Fuck squatters. It's ridiculous that squatters' rights exist at all, in my opinion, because you have things like this. And maybe it was started with good intentions, but we've seen too many bad stories. Also, it's time for Airbnb to shut down.
Yeah.
Just give up, guys. Just give up. You have too many fucking stories about dirty Airbnbs or like hidden walls or hidden cameras or people not leaving. Just get rid of the system because you're basically trying to make subletting legal. That's what you're doing. That's what Airbnb is. If you really want to make money on another property, buy another property and rent it. Yeah. Like, you don't need Airbnb. Airbnb needs to be shut down. We need some legality around that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think these people kind of deserve this because I hate Airbnb. But also, squatters don't deserve any kind of rights.
Yeah,
Fucking buy a house.
And they shouldn't
pay rent.
need an eviction notice at all because, well, at least in the terms and agreements of Airbnb that was signed by both the renter and the person that owns the property states once it's done you get out.
This is North Carolina?
Yeah.
I wonder if North Carolina has a defend your castle law or a stand your ground law.
I know that if somebody was squatting in my house, as long as you're getting mail there, you can legally kick down the door. So I'd kick down the door and then move in like that one guy.
I'm just saying North Carolina has a stand your ground law. So they could just enter because they own the place.
Yeah.
They could just enter whatever house this is, and if they feel threatened, they could shoot. I'm just saying.
I just wouldn't.
You can't break into your own house. Legally, you cannot break into your own house. So the owners here could just kick open the door or have the lock changed or whatever. I don't understand how they haven't got these people out. I really don't. Even if the cops won't come and remove them because of squatters' rights, if that's a thing, I would be able to remove these people.
Which makes no sense because the cop told them to leave, and
Yeah.
she said I'd be out next
And
morning.
then they didn't leave.
Which at that point she should have called the cops again, and the cops should have forcibly made them leave.
Because now they're not following a police order.
Yeah.
So they're breaking the law again.
Yes.
It's ridiculous that they're. When was this from? June 7th? Are they still there? Do we have an update? Did they leave?
I hope so, but I'm not
I hope
sure.
this lady didn't go to the fucking civil magistrate and get an eviction notice because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because don't you have to pay for that?
I don't care. I wouldn't have done the fucking effort.
Yeah, no, because
It's my house.
they're not even a legal resident. It's Airbnb. That doesn't make you a resident of
Right,
anything.
right. You were never paying rent to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, I get there's squatters' rights about people, and we did a story about, it was some chick was renting an apartment, and her brother had moved in, and she went off to college, and he took over the lease, but he never actually paid on it, and now they were trying to kick him out, and they couldn't kick him out because squatters' rights for some reason.
Yeah.
And, like, at least at one point in time, he was paying rent. So, like, that's an argument that he did live there. These people didn't live in someone else's house.
Yeah, they paid one lump sum from October to May.
Right, to stay there a certain, like, a literal set date of time. And then they just didn't fucking leave and made a bootleg no trespass. Do these people not leave to get groceries or do things? I feel like it'd be very easy to get them out of the house.
If it was my property, I just wouldn't leave. I would try and make it every single...
I would kick open the damn door.
Every
and
single
then I'd
attempt.
take them to court to pay for it.
I would make every single attempt to get inside, and then either they're coming out forcefully, or I'm just going to annoy the fuck out of them.
Like, am I missing something that people are having these issues with squatters?
I also think the same thing. I never understand how it actually happens. Like, why can't you just kick the people out? You own it.
Like, it's one thing if it's an apartment complex or you're renting a house somewhere. It's one thing. Because then it's not you, the homeowner, against someone. It's you, the person who is agreed to rent this space, and people don't want to leave this space, and it gets weird there. But, like, especially with Airbnb, like you said, they didn't live here ever. This is my property that I owned, that I let these people stay at for a set number of days that they gave me money for.
And
for
there's
a
like
set
a
number of
contract,
days.
and
Yeah.
there's everything signed by each person.
And, like, this instance above any of the ones the cops came and told them to leave. So not only are they trespassing, they're disobeying police orders now because they were told to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they could get them formally trespassed from the property by the cops, but you shouldn't even have to do that.
Yeah.
Because if they're trespassing on your property, that should count towards the standard ground law to begin with.
I guess, yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not advocating for someone getting shot. I'm just saying it's an option in this case, it would seem. If someone's trespassing on my property and I own a gun, I have the right to use that gun.
Yeah, the law states that, so...
But again, it doesn't even need to get that far. I own the property. Hire a fucking guy to come change the locks. Take the door off the hinges.
Yep.
Like, I own the property. I could shut off the fucking power to it. Turn off the electric and the water and the gas. Turn it all off. Is this a guest house they're staying in? Is this just another house they own?
From what I understand, a lot of people that actually do Airbnb are people that, like, have summer homes and, like, regular homes. So they're staying in one and then, like, renting out the other for limited time.
The longer they stay, the more rights they develop, so the quicker you can act, the quicker you can get them out. They don't live there.
I don't understand the longer you stay,
And they're
the
not
longer
getting
the
mail
rights you
there.
get. It makes it makes no sense. If I stood in the front yard of somebody's house for how many days or whatever, would I own their yard?
I'm just reading the fucking story. It's stupid. It's stupid. I don't understand why everyone's so afraid of squatters. I really don't.
I feel like they're more afraid of all the paperwork and the garbage that you have to go through. Because I think I've mentioned it once before, but I saw a story once where these people hired a nanny, like a live-in nanny, and they gave her a room, and at one point they decided to let her go, and then she decided not to leave her room. So now she's a squatter inside their home.
This quote says, you may have to file what we call a summary ejectment, which means that you want the person out, but you have to go through the proper court proceedings. So at that point, you have to give notice, you have to file and serve papers, then you have to appear in court and get the court to grant that to you before you remove someone from the property. No, it's my fucking property.
Yeah, I'd break down the door. I don't care
And that's
if
the
I'm
thing,
leaving
like,
in handcuffs.
yeah,
It's like,
no, you aren't, because you own the fucking I can do whatever I want to my own house. I could put a damn hole in the wall. They're not gonna sue me. That's not their house.
yeah.
What are they gonna do if I decide to knock down that house?
Yeah. I mean, it could be attempted murder.
No, it's not. If you're trespassing,
Well, if you knock down the house knowing that people are in it, it's probably a different situation.
it's like the fucking the lawsuit about the guy who was burglarizing someone and fell through their skylight and sued him because their skylight wasn't safe.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, like, you're committing a crime. You are trespassing on my property.
You weren't supposed to be up there.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is, like, I've heard the argument of, like, well, if you get mail there, it's technically considered your place of residence, which, again, is a bullshit fucking thing, because I can have my mail sent anywhere. You
Yeah.
don't need any kind of proof to have your address changed and mail sent somewhere. You fill out one form with the postal service.
Yeah, they don't even ask for your, like, driver's license or
No, you
anything.
can have your mail sent anywhere.
Your
So-
driver's license doesn't even have to be your...
No, so like
address.
with that logic, I could just have my mail sent to my cousin's house, and then after 6 months of getting my mail sent there, I'm just gonna say, "Well, I live here." That's the logic.
Yeah?
It's stupid. It's stupid. And there's a guy that we talked about whose whole job it is to remove squatters, and basically what he'll do is if you buy a property that's
Got squatters?
got squatters or was abandoned or under construction or something like that, and people have started squatting there, what he does is he'll come in and change the locks and install cameras and basically just annoy them out. Why would I pay someone to do that if I could do it?
I think that would be really fun.
I'm just saying, it's my property. If they do literally anything to try and fight back, you can sue them and have them arrested.
I mean, I think the bigger issue, is the fact that you have to pay so much in these legal fees to get somebody out of your house.
No, I don't. I have a gun.
Well, you just said sue them, and
No, I'm not saying sue them for squatting. I'm saying, like, if I knock down the wall to my own house and they come at me or try to seek some kind of retribution against me in my property, then I sue them.
Okay.
No, I don't countersue them because they wouldn't be suing. That's just an act of violence against me and my property. If they do anything to my property, I'd sue them. It doesn't matter if they were just renting the fucking Airbnb and painted my wall without my consent, I'd sue them for destruction of property. I can destroy my own property. That doesn't mean someone else can. I don't care how long you've been staying here. That's not how it works.
I don't know. I've never understood squatters. I don't understand why there are squatters' rights. I don't even understand what squatters' rights are. And how do you achieve them? Is it like a daily...
You do your dailies. You do your dailies. You stay somewhere for a while.
Squatters battle pass?
No, squatters get the ultimate battle pass. They don't have to pay for it. They get free V-Bucks. That's what they get. No, fucking threaten your local squatters.
Oh, yeah. Every day.
Threaten them with violence. You can probably go to jail for that. Don't do that. Don't take that. Don't take that advice. That's why we have the disclaimer at the start of the show. No, I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like, no, and again, especially in this case is ridiculous because the cops were there and told them to move.
I don't understand why the cops didn't like make them leave and make sure they left
Well,
when they asked them
again,
to leave.
they're disobeying a police order, which is something that you can be at the very minimum detained for. So,
I need a
get them out of there.
Because there doesn't seem to be a follow-up other than, like, after the cops told them to leave, they're still there. That's it. That's all we have.
Like, at this point, just because of the burden of this, and I don't know what they're going to be doing to my property, at this point, I'm, like, taking the door off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my first move is taking the door off.
I don't understand why anybody in these situations doesn't, like, take the door off.
Yeah, take the door. It's your property. Take the door. And, like, maybe they're in another state or something, but then you get someone down there to take the door.
Yeah.
You're telling me you own a second property and don't know anyone in the area? Get someone down there to take the door.
You gotta know at least one neighbor that's willing to take your hinges off.
You tell a friend to hop on a plane and they can stay at your house, and then they become the squatter. You tell them, hey, go down there and take the door off my house. It doesn't sound like this lady is like in another state or anything, though.
No, it sounds like they're there.
Yeah, it sounds like it honestly, like, my first opinion was it was like a guest house or something. That's what it sounded like to me. I could be wrong. It could be a separate property.
I don't think it really explains what the situation is of, like, house and...
But regardless, if I own the fucking property, I'm going to do whatever I want to it.
I think that's what it comes down to. People are too afraid to confront the people living in their house.
You go up there and just board it up. Just board up the house with a minute.
Lock them in?
Yeah, give them a chance to leave. I'm condemning my own house.
Wouldn't-
Is there a law against that? Is there a
I
law
think
against
so.
condemning my own house?
Yeah, I think
Why?
the fire guys would be...
If it's condemned, it doesn't matter if it's boarded up.
But if there's people in it...
Well, they shouldn't be in it. They were told to leave. We gave them fair warning. I'm condemning this house.
I guess, but that's not technically the lawful way to do it.
They're trespassing! I don't give a fuck what's lawful!
I'd say just go in there and take the door off and break out all the windows and...
I'm not breaking the windows because then I have to pay to... Like, I can take the door off without breaking it.
Yeah.
But, like, take the door off, change the lock. Whatever you have to do. Get them out of there. Just pop it off the fucking hinges and move on. Legally, what can they do? They can't do anything if you go take the door off your own house.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I know I've seen videos of, like, squatters getting the, like, person taken out. Like, the person that owns the property taken out of the house. And the cops are like, you have to deal with this legally. You can't just be in there.
But the cops told them to leave.
I'm not talking about this situation.
But I'm talking about this situation because that's the story we're talking about.
Well,
the cops were there and told them to leave.
The way that the lady that owns this property is handling this is stupid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think anybody who has a squatter problem and doesn't go down there and handle it personally, especially if you're in a standard ground state, is ridiculous. I think it's a stupid fucking move. Go change your locks, go take your door off, go down there with your gun, and tell them to leave. It's your property.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have your firearm on. It doesn't mean you can discharge it, but you're allowed to have it on your property. And if you live in a stand your ground and they try to attack you on your property, then you can discharge it.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not saying anything illegal.
Does it come to a different... So if I was in that situation, I might start taking their stuff and throwing it out of my house. Is that an issue? Because I could be technically destroying their property.
I'm not touching any of their shit.
You're just
I'm touching my shit. No, I'm taking my door off.
Well, I mean, yes, but what if they just still refuse to leave and they don't attack you? What are you doing?
Then I'm going to go hang out inside my house and do whatever I want.
And then that comes to the issue of what if you are touching their stuff?
I'm not going to touch their stuff.
What if their stuff is absolutely everywhere?
Well, then I'm going to touch their stuff then. Whatever.
Then you could be sued.
For what?
I don't know, destruction of property.
If I didn't destroy anything, no.
I don't know. You could just... There's potential for all kinds of garbage to go down with the way the laws have made it so easy for squatters.
I'd take my chances with a squatter every day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could beat squatters every day of the week. And I don't think I'd even need to get the courts involved. 216-859-8699. Let me know how you'd fare with squatters and if they deserve rights.
Text that number if you have a squatter, and I will personally send Style out there.
Yeah, 216-859-8699. Let me know if you've got a squatter that you want me to come take care of. 216-859-869. And, of course, the Rebel Hotline is the number for the Rebel Radio Show, live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern on WSRR Radio. Or, of course, it's open 24/7, 365 for all of our programming at WSRRradio.com. It's the homepage for WSRR Radio. Kind of redundant. Should have put that together if you didn't. Don't know how you didn't. But you can catch us live there every Monday or in podcast form every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on all major podcasting platforms. Text in or call in or leave your voicemail 216-859-8699 for any of the shows that we have on the station. That's off there. That's the Pigeonhole. That's Beyond Bounds, even Sports Avenue podcast, or the AIP. You can call or text the Rebel Hotline for any of those, or join the Discord server. It's all available at stylesrebelradio.com. All of the links are, of course, always there, but the Discord server lets you talk with each other and us 24/7 as well, with dedicated channels for each show, with a general chat, with conspiracy chat, with voice channels, and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. I know we got Liminal Spaces and Spider-Man memes is a niche channel in there as well. So check out the Discord server, check out the website, and while you're at the website, if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can grab some merch. We got WSRR hoodies and t-shirts and cups and mugs and stickers, whole bunch of variety there, as well as you can support us on Spotify for as little as 99 cents a month. That helps us keep on air and keep being the home for underground radio. Of course, we're nationally local. Your local bands played worldwide. That's local and independent artists 24/7, 365. Take it with you wherever you go with the Live 365 app or WSRRradio.com. Until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Style. On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.